Hello my friends, I'm going to take my pre-cut pieces following my cozy sketch and I am going to put together a sweet little card with you. Now if you missed the cozy sketch video, you can go and watch it, but it basically starts with an 8.5 by 11 cut in half. Right, it was like this, 8.5 by 11 cut in half at 5.5. So now I have 8.5 by 5.5, and I'm going to score it at 4.25. That's my card base. As I said, I love to have these already pre-done, so I just grab it. I don't have to think about the measurements. And this is designer series paper. Comes in 12 by 12s. I cut it into a 4 by 5.25. Gives me this beautiful wallpaper for my card. I could also go with this one too if I like a more bright color. Okay, then I have a 3 by 4, which is my stamping piece. That's where I'm gonna do my design, okay? All right, so let's put that there. This stamp set that I'm gonna use today is called the Cutest Crew. I love these little creatures. So it's birds, puppies, and kittens. Hello, how could you go wrong? And then a just little hello, and that's what I'm gonna do with mine. Inside I'm going to do have the best day, okay? All right. So let's move some of our stuff out of the way. I am going to use Smoky Slate. And in case you haven't heard, Stampin' Up is changing the stamp pads. So that should be kind of cool. Look for those. The design is going to change. Not everything. It's going to be a slow transition. But for those of us that usually get messy with these, we are super excited. For now, if you have these, you have to lift up here and then slide it back. And try not to get it on you. I did good. All right, now let me move some of this stuff out of the way. And I'm gonna grab, these are two of my favorite things. This is called a piercing pad. I'm not piercing anything, but it gives me a better stamp. And then this silicone sheet doesn't get it all inky. Next, I need my block. And then this is a brand new stamp, as you'll see when I peel it open. And I'm gonna go with the kittens. And when I first open up a new stamp, I like to wake it up a little. Wake it up by kind of rubbing it on my skin. If you have a good scrap piece of paper, you could stamp it with a scrap first. All right, that's pretty good. And I'm gonna put that on here. Now, when I was thinking about this, I was going to do my card this way. But then I realized that my kittens will go this way much better. They could go that way. Or this card could still go this way, and this can go like that. This is my plan, okay? So I want to stamp my kittens right across the bottom, like so, right? They fit there really well. And then I'm gonna do my stamp of just a little hello at the top. I wanna make sure it's gonna fit before I get too carried away. So I bring that in. Now let's go this way so we can read it. Just a little hello, and our kittens right here. Perfecto. Okay, so my plan works. I can ink this up. You want to make sure that you really ink it. The beauty of these clear stamps is you can look through it and see and make sure that you got everything inked. This cat's tail is a little, see how it's kind of icky? I'm going to take a scrap piece and I'm going to stamp it first because I have a feeling it's going to come out not the way I want. But let's try it. If it's right, we're good. Oh, I was worried for nothing. It's perfect. Okay. Then I'm going to clean that stamp pad and I am going to use my Simply Chamois. I have to tell you, this is not my favorite way to clean a stamp. I know some people love them. I like the old Stampin' Scrub thingy majiggy, but for now, we'll use this. See, it gets messy. I don't do messy, you guys. I really don't, but whatever, we'll do it once. Okay, that's cool. Now we're gonna peel this off. That's wet. And I'm gonna put you over here, and I'm gonna get that, which I've lost it already. Here it is. The Just a Little Hello. Again, this is a new stamp, so I'm gonna wake this one up a little. Ink it. This is a new stamp pad too, so it's pretty inky. Yep, we look good. And that's gonna go right here. Now, because I messed this up, see, my L's are missing. I'll show you on another video, but that's where this comes into play, the big guns. But for today, we'll fix it. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna do hello over here and try again. There's no, like, it's not a crisis. I just didn't push down hard on all of it. Let me try again. Oh, much better. All right, now I'll get rid of you. Now I'm gonna do my cats again. Sorry, just dropped it. You're gonna notice that I'm not editing out the bloopers. I'm going to show you what really happens. Okay, so sometimes it's not perfect. It's crafting. It's okay. We still love it. All right, so now this isn't brand new, but I still, make sure it's good and stuck. Let's get our cats all inked up, and we're gonna double check that we got all the cats. The tails, the ears, everything's got ink. And sometimes it's tricky with the smoky slate to see if you got it all. I did. All right, cross your fingers and your toes. Make sure I get it right this time. Oh, lovely. Okay, I'm gonna close this so I don't put my hand in it. And then I need my adhesive. Oh, I'm gonna use some, dimensionals. I lost the word for a second. And I'm gonna put you down like this. You don't have to use dimensionals, but I kind of like them. They add, dimension, right? All right, pop this off. And this one. All right, so if you like, and in case there's some ink on here, I'm gonna get rid of this and this. And if you like this idea of cozy sketch, it makes it super easy for me, and I think you'll find that too. Be sure that you follow this, subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss anything. So now I'm gonna color these kittens in, and I love Stampin' Blends. I've talked to you about those before. They are the alcohol markers. Just brought a few over. And I'm gonna do my kittens, but I'm gonna do them in gray. So this is gray granite, light and dark. That's the trick. That's how you get your shading. All right, so I like to start with light because I can always go darker. I can't reverse that. And I'm just gonna color in my kittens. I personally love watching someone color. If you don't, just fast forward me, it's okay. And this is the brush end of the marker. There is a more fine point on the other end. And sometimes that's good for tiny things like those butterflies. There's that kitten. And then this one. And I'll come in with the dark after and add some shadows to these little kittens. In my brain, I just went, oh, mother dear, we sadly fear our kittens, mittens we have lost. I don't know, there's more than 3. So I don't know where that nursery rhyme came from. Coloring for me is really relaxing. I love it. I always feel like there should be Jeopardy music playing though when I do this, or I should speed it up. Almost done. Remember I said I was going to bring in the dark to add some more depth to these dudes. You'll notice as the ink dries though, like that looked a little darker when we started, but it will dry. And I'm going to take the fine point and add, and I'm going to use what the artist did to help me. And then I'm going to grab a lighter color for the other kittens. I'm going to go with, ooh, let's make these guys peach pie. Do we have light and dark? Yep, here's light. How does that look with that? Remember, what was that color? Ooh, let me look again. The best part about this is it tells you, so you don't have to be a genius. Flirty Flamingo. Well, I have Flirty Flamingo, so maybe I should use that. Of course, it'll take me a minute to find them. Doo-doo, you're pretty in pink. You're Flirty Flamingo. All right, so let's do Flirty Flamingo. So we're matching the front of the card. Here's light. And we're gonna have Flirty Flamingo pink kittens. Why not? Oh, they're cute. All right, cool. And then maybe I'll do that peach pie for my butterflies to add just a little bit. Definitely springy. Right, just a little hello. Oh, I like the lighter color actually, but you know what? We'll live with those gray kittens too. Doo-doo. Almost. Super cute. Now, if I want to add shading, I can. I decided on the gray, it wouldn't really show. It would just get too dark. But let me add it on this one so that you can see it. So I'll add a little shadow where his leg is. And then I'm going to take the light one back and I'm going to blend it in. And you're going to think, oh, that's pretty dark, but give it a minute. As it dries, it'll look better. All right, there we go. Now we just need the butterflies. And I don't have any right now, but a few sparkly gems might be cool on this card. But we're good for now. Okay, cool. And we're gonna flip you over. Grab our dimensionals. Whoops. Pop those on. Notice that my alcohol markers came through. They do bleed, which is why I used the silicone sheet rather than color on my butcher block counter. Because I really didn't want those kittens here forever on the butcher block. And then I'm gonna set you right up here. Right? Just a little hello. See how this is fading as it dries? It looks better. And then on the inside, if I still want, So Glad We're Friends, which is one of these. And whoops, let's clean this baby. I'm gonna go on the other side just in case. And again, you can look through and make sure that you're getting it right side up, because you'd be really annoyed at this point if you stamped it upside down on your almost finished card. We could fix it, but we're not gonna have to. So glad we're friends. And I'm gonna pop that right here. I guess right in the middle. Notice my fingers had black. So what do? I'm not gonna redo it. I had a little bit of ink that I didn't see on my fingers. So I could stamp over those if I wanted. Remember when I said I was gonna save this? Look what's gonna go here and here. And I'm gonna add just a little something to the inside of my card. No one's gonna know that I'm covering up my fingerprints, right? Okay, so here is a cozy little stamp using the cozy sketch. I'll glue this in a sec. Using the cozy sketch that we saw earlier with a little bit of a twist, but still the same simple card. I'm gonna go wash my hands too. Have some fun. I'll see you soon. Bye.